Hi everyone, my name is Melanie, Math Content Specialist here at Zinkers. Let's take a look at another digital SAT question and how we can use Desmos to help us solve it. This question says, in the given equation, C is a constant. The equation has no real solutions if C is greater than n. What is the least possible value of n? And then we're given x squared minus 34x plus c equals 0 as our equation. This is actually a really quick question. We don't need to know a lot about quadratic functions in order to be able to find out something about that value of n. The only thing we need to know here is what it means for this equation or this quadratic equation to have no real solutions. When I'm looking in terms of Desmos, that picture is going to look like my parabola not crossing the x-axis. So let's start by just putting in the function there that they give us. So x squared minus 34x plus c. And you'll see here it prompts me to add a slider for c. I'm going to do that. This will allow me to play around with that value of c. Just to kind of experiment with my parabola. So I can see here that Desmos graphs the function for me. And if I play around with this value of c, nothing is really happening here between negative 10 and 10. Negative 10 and 10 is kind of the default. I can click in and determine a new range for c, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it a little bit larger. Let's try negative 100 to 100, positive 100, just to see what happens. We can see here that my parabola is shrinking back up, it's moving, but still my range isn't quite big enough in order to get this parabola above the x-axis. Again, we're looking for a point, this value of c, that this parabola is going to not intersect my x-axis. And we can see here that's happening at 2 points. So I want to move around this parabola in such a way that it rises above, moves above this x-axis, so we don't have any real solutions. I'll try this again. Let's try negative 300 to positive 300. And this should actually help us here. We should be able to see that if I play around with it a little bit more, you can see that parabola moving up. So, okay, when I get to around 290 here, my parabola is above the x-axis with no real solutions. Let's see if we can pinpoint a little bit more. So let me narrow down my search a little bit more by just seeing what happens. You can see here at 286, I still have 2 solutions, but at 290, I don't. So let's determine the range at that point. Let's do 286 to 290, and that'll just kind of tighten up my range so I can play around with the numbers a little bit more. Okay, now if I move my slider a little bit more, I can see that I'm getting close to that more precise value. And if I scroll down a little bit more, we can see here at 289, I do in fact have 1 solution. If I go even a tiny bit more than 280 or 289, I do have that situation where we have no real solutions. So this is going to be my answer. This is that value of n, because I know that if c is any greater than 289, I'm going to have a situation where we have no real solutions. So n is going to equal 289. Is there another question that you want to see? Make sure to leave a comment down below, and don't forget to like and follow our channel for more digital SAT content.